Well, hello everyone. To talk about over here, talk about for the vaccine shots, and a lot of times it sure seems that way that almost everywhere you look at to the papers or anything that you're going to be looking into, like coupons and pharmacy areas, anywhere like that, where they're going to be offering saying free vaccines, for people who just to be able to get the vaccine, and of course to be able to stay protected and all that, get fully vaccinated and all that. But a lot of times, it sure seems that way. That if people might even say too that you get a free candy bar if you are willing to to get vaccinated. And half the time you want to know too that we're talking about between now and maybe towards Halloween time. That maybe before the flu season starts up, and you want to know too that how many these places are going to maybe doing all what they can just to make sure that well, if you don't have a ride to get there, then go ahead and you can get a free ride. Or if you don't have a pass to get there, go ahead and print yours today or something like that. Something. But it sure seems that way that a lot of things what I do hear about, whenever it comes to spreading the word about, hey, go get vaccinated. Oh, hey, over there, go get vaccinated. So a lot of times it sure seems that way that when we think about that though, that maybe if a lot of other people would maybe say too that whenever you do you get like whenever you get vaccinated, and then it's possible to say that we'll go ahead and with your form here, go ahead and get it laminated. And so a lot of times you'll likely want to know too that why, like if you had to get it laminated for any reason at all, why would you want to even get laminated? Because you may have to write something down like, you may have to update it for next year. And so that's why it sure seems that way. If anything, keep it. But still, talking about on the forum here, it says on here that talking about if possibly that if we might even require a third dose of the vaccine, that you want to know too that there might be a form on here where it says as to where that if you've been fully vaccinated, and it's like that. Talking about with forms though, but it's like that the card, and of course if any sorts of paperwork that's going to be required just to show that you've been fully vaccinated, right? But a lot of times it's like talk about say with that pen or free pen or maybe a badge or anything else that you can maybe earn too. But like I also keep thinking too that there's going to maybe have it to where that you get a free iPhone cover case or something like that. I'm like, I do want to know too if they're going to maybe be offering prizes for people who take the time to get vaccinated. And let's just say that if we are talking about maybe if it's hand soap or anything like that, and you want to know too that are they going to start offering prizes for people who do take the time to get fully vaccinated? And so that's why it sure seems that way to where that whenever it comes to a candy bar right here, and so it sure seems that way that your special treat for today will be is like the king size candy bar. And for sure that a lot of the things that I do hear about most of the time, it's either over a credit card or a free gift card. A free gift card to go on a shopping spree or something. And I don't know. I really don't know if the CDC is going to have it to where that they're going to start offering gift cards for people who do get vaccinated, who do get fully vaccinated. And so if there's going to be special offers and appreciations and also prizes. And you want to know too that almost everywhere you go that you're going to be seeing these these advertisements and signs saying that go to your nearest pharmacy and get more information there. But I just really think too that if it comes down to where that maybe that you'd be offered a candy bar, and let's just say that if we're talking about maybe the king size, or maybe if we're talking about maybe a full carton or so, I'm like, maybe a glass of milk, like anybody would probably say too, or orange juice, or maybe if it's anything such as what you call like the special treat. And like everybody else might even say too that if we do wind up having to go back for a second, for a third dose of the vaccine, and you're probably wanting to know too that do you have to include a special treat in the baggie, just for people to go ahead and make an appointment and then go get vaccinated. But I just really think too that if it comes to the situation to where if it's going to be a bottle of water or anything that's usually offered, but still that free tacos or Supremes or anything like that. But if we're talking about like maybe a candy bar that you want to know too that do places offer you a special gift of appreciation just for coming in and getting the vaccine, and a lot of times it's like, well, really, whenever you do get vaccinated, though, a lot of times it's like, yeah, the things that they would highly recommend you to go ahead and eat, and then of course to drink plenty of water. But I just really think too that whenever you whenever you do go get vaccinated, though, it's like, yeah, there's a form that you receive stating to where that you've been, that you've been fully vaccinated, or that it's going to say that you received the first dose of the vaccine. But I just really think that number one, that they're even offering free service to have your consent, like you have your form for your records, if you want to call it from the CDC, through the CDC. They're even offering to where that free lamination just to be able to, I guess, just for your cards here. I just really want to know too that lamination note that number one, why can't you just put it into a protective page protector? Well, why can't you just put it in the page protector and keep it in a medical file? But still that they say that works, but anybody say that you would for sure you would probably like to keep keep it in your purse or your wallet or somewhere safe, just indicating that you've been fully vaccinated, right? But I just really think too that just like, anything, if it's going to be any source of license or food handler's permit, any source of permit, and like everybody else would probably say too, that you would handle something like this like a permit. If it was good for 3 years, and like everybody else would probably say too, if it's good for 3 years, then what do you think that you would do? And like say that, yeah, well, this paper right here, this slip of paper right here proves a lot of things. You've been fully vaccinated, and also the information about the vaccines, but still that half the time you want to know too that there's anything on the back that you got to fill out for next year. And you're probably thinking as to where that really that you receive a form, though, and you want to know too that they don't give you a pin or a badge or anything like that you could put on your shirt or anything like that, or anything, a sticker or some sort. But I just really think too that maybe if they do start telling everybody that coming up later on, maybe in September, that when their vaccines start becoming more available, that they're going to maybe offer a candy bar or maybe a prize or some sort like that. Like anybody say that, well, really, a prize, are we talking about a Fitbit? Are we talking about, a smartwatch, or maybe a MacBook or something like that? I'm like, you really never know, but a lot of times it's like, whenever it comes to receiving a vaccine, though, a lot of things that we missed, even from last year, though, it sure seems that way that, really that, if you are willing, I'm like, oh yeah, if that's not really the case, though. The case is, I'm like, oh yeah, for what's required, right? But I just really think too that whenever you've seen it, advertise on these coupons and everything, I don't know if everybody thinks that as toward, okay, for just $1, you can go up there and get the vaccine or something like that. I'm like, I really don't know if everybody else is thinking to their minds that, okay, yeah, well, for just $5, or if we're talking about, for just $3 or something like that, yeah, so the case is not really about, really about how much money or whatever that we're talking about. I think the case is toward that maybe not everybody knows about, okay, well, where's the nearest vaccine sites, or you were there, but then they were running out of supplies or anything like that. But I really don't know. I'm like, we're not talking about a box of Girl Scout cookies or anything like that. But a lot of the advertisements, it sure seems that way. That are a lot of times it's either because, yeah, well, don't let the cash flow, so to slow you down, or I'm like, anything else that anybody could be maybe thinking about too. That whenever it comes to getting vaccinated and getting fully vaccinated, though, but when we think about this card right here, this form right here, that the first thing that you think about is to where, yeah, well, whenever you're fully vaccinated, though, that why would you want to get it laminated? And I guess people might even say that, well, you would want to get laminated so that way, in case if it gets wet, say it's not waterproof. This is not waterproof, so you want to make sure it's protected, right? But say that yeah, well, page protector is pretty much same thing, but still that if we're talking about I would maybe think that if anything, you would use you would scan it. If anything, I would recommend anybody just go ahead and scan it. And if you're trying to, save it to your phone, and if anything, if you want to have it handy on a little digital format or something like that. But if anything, I would maybe suggest take a picture of it and scanning the front and back of it. Just so that way you'll have it. And so it's like whenever you have it laminated. But if we're talking about that at sometime later on this fall, if we're talking about like on the back side here, that there's a portion on the back there that you got to fill out, and just to be able to tell them like around the fall that if a third dose of the vaccine is required, and more likely that they might encourage people to go ahead and get the third dose of the vaccine if you can work that out, but you're still that but if we're talking about that if a third dose is required, and people might even say too that the next time if I do have to go to the health center to get vaccinated maybe for the third time, that I do think too is to where they're going to maybe offer special treats for everybody, and like everybody else will probably say too that if anything, I'll talk to my insurance company about that, whichever, but I just really think too that stickers or badges or anything like that you can earn too. But it's like there are a lot of things that I see even in the papers, and people are thinking too that really that really what's really taking some people so long you just to be able to get that done, whichever that we're thinking. But I just really think too that if it's going to be is toward it that whenever we do get vaccinated, that people are going to maybe say is toward that people are willing to provide free candy bars, or maybe if anything a soft drink or something like that, for people who take the time to get it done early in the morning. And let's just say if we're talking about at least by 9 a.m., you go up there and you get a bagel, a free bagel, a free breakfast bagel if you come in here around 9 a.m. to get your shot or something like that, and to get the vaccine. And so I just really think that donuts, and everybody else might even say, well, donuts, donuts, Long John's, or if it's Dunkin' Donuts, if you can go in there and get a free donut, and then people say, I'll go up there, I'll go and get the vaccine. I'll get the vaccine if I get a free donut. Or a pretzel, or anything that really, anything that sounds real mouth-watering, but still, that I just really think too that when we're thinking about that getting vaccinated, that people are going to maybe say that some pharmacy areas, they might, and let's just say even if they do, that do you really have to be a senior, just to qualify for, after you receive the vaccine, and a gift card maybe, but I really just don't know if places might say that if you're going to be getting vaccinated, and for any special gift of appreciation to anybody who gets vaccinated, we're probably thinking too is toward it, really, should there really be a gift of appreciation far as that, yeah, well, thanks for taking the time to do this, and thanks for volunteering, and so I just really think that everybody else might even say that yeah, if you could a gift of appreciation, or if anything, but like everybody say, whenever you do get the vaccine, and of course, you're gonna feel tired and thirsty and hungry, and but still that I just really think that whenever you do get vaccinated, and then like everybody else will probably say too, that yeah, you get water, and but still that I know with me though that people might even say that the reason why that they have not been fully vaccinated yet, or that if they're even going to get vaccinated, is maybe one of the reasons is because is like maybe if it's a side effects, like, and yeah, it makes you feel real tired, and you're real hungry and thirsty, and of course you now, Micah, yeah, some people might even say that it makes you a little bit dizzy, lightheaded, especially lightheaded, and nauseated, whichever. But still that they might say that usually that they only last for about 5 hours at the most. But still that at the time I do want to know too that yeah, that if you get in there early in the morning, like on a Monday morning or something like that, are they going to be offering maybe a hot pretzel, or maybe a taco salad, or maybe a little granola bar or something like that, something that kind of yeah, whenever you do receive a shot, and then something that for energy, like a Nutri-Grain bar or something like that. And I really would like to I would like to maybe like to know just a little bit too, towards Thanksgiving time, if they're going to maybe start doing that. If insurance companies and places are going to start doing that, they say that yeah, well, I think that really all just depends, right? It all just depends. But I just really think too that they're just telling everybody that yeah, try go out and get vaccinated, and just trying to telling everybody that go ahead and make an appointment, and but still. But I'm also talking about that people who have already been vaccinated, and then like yeah, if you've already gotten it taken care of a few weeks ago, and like everybody else will probably say too, yeah, well, coming up in the fall, that if we're talking about that people who do still need to be vaccinated, and those who don't know really about how what they got to arrange, but still. But I just really think too where that yeah, whenever we though I'm like yeah, people might even say that well, really a lot of it has to do with like yeah, whenever you do get vaccinated, and knowing that you don't like the side effects that come with whichever, but still. I also keep thinking too that whenever it comes to like we say, like anybody say, yeah, well, the source of attention that you receive whenever you do get the shot, the source of attention that you do receive, and most of the time it's like yeah, we're talking about a lot of times that people may think that what source of attention are we talking about? Well, most of the time it's like yeah, somebody's offering you a free drink or a coffee or something like that, something for free. Yeah, some of that nice treatment, that nice treatment to where yeah, somebody is willing to buy you something or to give you something if you are willing to. Yeah, like yeah, if you're willing to go ahead and get treated, and get taken care of. But anyway, but that's my opinion about knowing about that whenever you do. A lot of times, everybody else would probably say too that if we were to do the math about candy bars, though, that whenever you split something, and at the time you're probably thinking too that yeah, well, if you do a favor for somebody, then a lot of times it's like they'll even they'll give you 1/4 or so of the candy bar, or the whole candy bar, if you're willing to do them a favor or something like that. So a lot of times, just like talking about for a decimal fraction, no, that you want to know too that coming up in the fall that people are saying is toward that they're willing to give you 1/3 and compared to the normal 1/2, you 1/3 of the percent of that special treat if you're willing to take care of something. And let's just say if it's filling out the paperwork, yeah, everybody else might even say that, well, filling out the paperwork. If you fill out the paperwork for somebody, then yeah, you get a little bit more on if you can't on the candy bar. Like you get a king size. Not just like everybody else would probably say too. Yeah, well the king size right here. You it's like yeah, we'll even double it. Of course, but still, we'll double it if you are willing to fill out the paperwork and plus give them a ride or offer to carry something for them or something like that. If you're willing to carry somebody's stuff and so anything else that you're going to be being a little bit of assistance with. But anyway, but talk about right here of the vaccine though, and like say that probably maybe around the fall or something like that. But still, that they say make sure to keep this safe and making sure that it's like to go ahead and get vaccinated they can, and so that way I'm like you're talking about for what we call is like anybody else would probably say too that well when we have compared to having a mask on and then taking the mask off though, and people may want to know too is to where that whenever you take the mask off a lot of times that what does that usually mean in general is to where that well you might need to shave a little bit or brush your hair, but still, like anybody say that, well, we really go to the dance party? Well, it can't really go to the dance party or anything else that you were wanting to do, for the summer, at least until you get everything all taken care of. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.